How to have a nice pregnancy even if you're on a budget. Welcome to the Hypno-Baby channel. I'm Dr. Natalie Fizet. I'm a retired family doctor who delivered 3,700 babies. This is your channel, so don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, and be amazed. Of course, there's a big medical disclaimer. This channel is for entertainment only. You use it at your own risk. I am a doctor, but I'm not your doctor. Hello, Mama. The good news is you can have a great pregnancy even if you're on a budget. First things first, register with the big box store. I'm not going to name Walmart or Amazon. And don't be afraid to have one or two baby showers so that way you get the essentials for your baby, like the crib, the stroller, the high chair, and some toys. You don't need all the toys, definitely. That way also, if you send people to the registry, you won't have like things in double and you can load up on diapers. About diapers, cotton diapers are cheaper, but it takes a commitment. That's a lot of laundry. Always have some disposable diapers because sometimes you want to go out and you don't want to carry a dirty diaper in a Ziploc or whatever. So there'll be exceptions even if you're committed to cotton diapers. About diapers, there's a lot of great couponers out there that are getting diapers for so cheap. Actually, sometimes they say money maker, so they're making money when they buy because they're so good at it, and then they resell. So don't pay more than $5 a pack for diapers. The other thing about diapers is most women buy too many newborn diapers and baby outgrows it very fast. Unless you have a preemie, then yeah, you will need the small diapers. Don't be afraid also to resell. If you have unused diapers, resell them or donate them. But that could be like money back in. You might have some government programs that you can sign up to, so do a research on that. And also research free samples. There's a lot of companies that want to get their name in front of you since you're pregnant. So just research free samples and take a couple of hours and sign up for everything. You're going to receive a lot of goodies in the mail, like baby shampoo and all kinds of stuff that baby soap and all kinds of stuff that could be very useful in the future and that you won't have to pay because it's free. If you're really in a tight budget, there's food stamps sometimes that you could qualify. So the government programs, again, just call. For your clothing, most women that wear maternity clothes don't like how should I say, still third base, and they're perfectly like unused when they're done with it. So it's you're gonna get great bargains, and some women say, I'm done, I don't want any more babies. So they could donate their clothes. In your family, ask around. Okay, is there someone that she says no more baby, he's gonna get fixed or whatever, then you could get some maternity clothes from friends and family. If not, on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, you're going to get some awesome deals. The other thing is it does not have to be maternity because there's exploitation of pregnant women. The second they put the word maternity on, the bill goes up, the price goes up. Just an example, I'm Canadian, and in Canada we have to have snow removal, and for my clinic they were charging double because it was commercial snow. So it's exploitation. Same thing for wedding flowers. They're the same freaking flowers, but they're charging you double because they know you're gonna pay because it's your wedding. So same thing, maternity clothes, they're more expensive. And some there's some cute dresses that have like they're stretchy in the front, and you can use them as pregnancy dresses, like sundresses if it's summer, if you're pregnant in summer. So you don't need to buy the maternity very expensive, and sometimes just a big t-shirt, you're going to be more comfortable than in a tight dress. So again, just go for simple, and people don't see you every day, so you can wear the same thing more than once. I know I wore a lot of big t-shirts that they were so comfortable. I know you want to be informed, but there's so much free information. There's bad information. There's wrong information. That I'm sure you have enough critical factor to, question and check your references. But I'm a good reference. If you want to have books, pregnancy books, right now libraries are so empty that they're lending you books for a month. You can just call or just click on online and you can renew the book. So don't go buying like 10, 20 books that you're either not going to read or that you could get for free at the library. Again, there's friends that could have books or garage sales, or again on Facebook Marketplace, just pregnancy books. You're going to have a lot, and there's a lot. Be That's the creator of the Hypno-Baby program here talking to you. Even if you're not in the Hypno-Baby program, be critical of what you read. Some books will stress you out. They want to tell you everything that can happen to you, that bad that can happen to you, and you're going to be stressed out. You're going to have insomnia, and you're going to have like a harder delivery because you're going to think of all those things that's in the back of your mind. But now I brought it in the front of your mind, so I just did you a favor. But in the Hypno-Baby program, we go deep into this, that there's so much negative programming about the birth, which is absolutely unnecessary. And that's why women who take the Hypno-Baby course give birth beautifully, because they know that it's a natural process and they know how to control what they're feeling in their body. I want to be clear. Don't skimp on any medical appointments that you need, on any medical service that you need. I want to be very, very clear on that. Ideally, you will have insurance. I hope you do. And if you don't, I think there's services, there's free clinics. It costs less to give birth in a birthing center or at home, but I'm not a proponent of home births because 95% of the time it's going to go well, but that 5% time when it doesn't go well, if you're at home, there's a delay, and I don't like that delay. That's why I never did home birth. I was always at the hospital. But my point here is there's a lot of ultrasound nowadays, so you can always ask, like, and then there's a lot of testing, and sometimes they're testing just because, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. So especially for our ultrasound, you can ask, okay, because they do, you need one, of course, to know like the sexes. We don't care about the sex, but if the placenta is well placed, that you're not going to have like a bad surprise and hemorrhage at the birth, and that the baby, the physiognomy at 18 to 20 weeks is okay. After that, it's all like, oh, it's growing, it's not growing. And then most women I see on Facebook groups, they stress out, it's too big, it's too small, and then it's like, okay, give it a break. They're not like robots, like being built. Babies are different, and there's chubby babies at birth, and there's smaller babies, and it's genetics, and there's a lot of things, and there's such a big margin error. So it means absolutely nothing when they predict the weight, and they've been wrong so many times. So about ultrasounds, you don't need one at every appointment. Same thing, you don't need a blood test every 2 weeks, because let's say you have anemia, well, give it time to go up, because if they poke you every 2 weeks, you're gonna have more anemia because they're taking blood. So they're wasting what you're taking. About medication, if you're prescribed medication, and again, I'm not giving any medical advice, wink wink. Some pills are very expensive against nausea. You can always ask the pharmacist, is there alternatives? And guess what? There is, and very cheap is, and they're safe products to use. Also, they're one kind of vitamins. I'm not gonna name. Ask your pharmacist, but you could get like so cheap. So again, or if you're prescribed the medication, you can ask your doctor, can I get the generic, the non-brand name, non-brand pill, because it's way cheaper. And again, ask the pharmacist, can we substitute for, a non-name brand. One thing that you don't really need is those dopplers to listen to the baby's heart. Most women, sometimes it stresses them, especially in the beginning. They're trying to listen to the baby's heart, and the baby is too small, so they don't hear it, and then they freak out, or they hear it, but baby's actually kicking. So if the baby's kicking, you can bet that the heart is beating. So there's absolutely no point in needing that. So I just saved you like between $30 and $200 right there, because you're going to feel the baby's movements. So you know that your baby is alive, so that its heart is beating. Okay. And what I've seen at the office, some of my patients brought their little Doppler. Some were impressive quality, and others were like really cheap plastic, and you could not hear anything, and they were like stressing out because they could not hear their baby. So I tried them out, and then I used my own Doppler, which I had, just to compare and to show her like where, like X, where to put it next time to hear her baby. But you don't need that once the baby's moving. If it's moving, it's got a heartbeat. Ah. There's exercises that you can do, and that you should do, keep yourself like in good form, but you don't need any expensive equipment. Walking is free, swimming is free. There's always a community pool. Also, like, they want to sell you the birthing ball. I did a short video on that, and they call it a birthing ball, but it's just a regular exercise ball. But then they colored it pink or blue, and they give you a booklet, and now it's a birthing ball, and they tripled the price. But my exercise ball I bought at Aldi's, it came with the pump for $9.99. That's as much as you have to pay. And you can do there again online. There's so many exercise program. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice, for pregnant women that are absolutely free. Once you start planning for after the birth, some people will try to sell you like perinatal bottles to squish water, which is really, really good, because you cannot like use like harsh toilet paper if you have stitches or anything, if you're sore down there. So squirting water is great, but you can use any bottle of water that for drinking. So it's 10 cents, no more than that. You don't need to pay $10, $20. Okay, that's a scam. Same thing, the padsicles, which is actually a feminine pad that you can put some essential oils in there, and amamelis water, and then you freeze it, okay, and some water, and you freeze it, and then you stick that on your butt, and you feel so much relief. Or you could do just ice in a Ziploc, and you put down, and that's usually for the first 24, 48 hours. I've seen again a little box, and they were saying, it was the equivalent of padsicles, and it was $15 to $20. You don't need that. Just go online, find your own recipes, and it's good to have it at hand. Especially the water bottle should be in your bathroom, because when you need it, it should be there. If you have stitches near where you pee, you want to spray water when it goes out. I'm getting like more information than just the budget thing, and I'm just scratching the surface here, because I know there's so many exploitation. And then pay it forward. If you hear about and if you've had all your babies, and you hear of a woman that got pregnant, she's on a budget, you can like go to her house and give her toys, or your old clothes that you say bye bye maternity clothes. So it's all like a community, and helping each other. You don't need to buy the breast pump right away, even if you want to breastfeed, because usually your baby will get the milk directly, and you don't need to buy all kinds of. many things are gadgets. Like I've seen, getting back to breast pump, you don't need the hospital grade breast pump. You've got two breast pumps right here, and you've got the baby's gonna be your best breast pump. Okay. If you have a situation, the baby's preemie or has any kind of condition that prevents you from breastfeeding, or if you don't, I've had one patient that did not want to breastfeed directly the baby for, a trauma she had in her childhood, so she would pump. We recommend, if you pump, that you pump both breasts, and then there's pumps that you can actually hide under your t-shirt, and you get both hands free, and they're pretty efficient. So you don't need to buy breast pumps right away, and you could rent them. So again, wait until the situation presents itself, and then you can buy that. Babies' clothes, there's so many, and many people have babies' clothes. I had that. Still the tag on it because baby outgrew or did a growth spurt and passed some sizes. Don't buy the little shoes at $100. That's like exploitation, like you wouldn't believe. Most babies, like especially newborns, they're not like walking, so they don't need the $100 shoes. So most kids clothes you can get again for very cheap, or someone that had their kids, and most babies clothes, they don't use it much unless they had a spitter. Then they might be, but then they would not offer you the clothes that are ruined. If you have other examples of savings and everything, just put them on the comment below. What was your best budget? Don't forget that if you want to take maternity leave, you're not going to have salary for those times. I think depending where you live, but there's some in Canada. We have like we receive a check every week when we're on maternity leave, and but there's other countries, so you have to try to set aside some money. You can look around and see if in your house there's things that you could sell, like that you don't use anymore, like on eBay, and then you just ship them. And like I said, if you want to resell, like if you're done after, if you have one or two babies and you say, I'm done, and you know that there's not a possibility of another baby, you could resell your stuff to other women or pay it forward and donate it, and that would help someone else. So put in the comments below if you have saving ideas. The other thing is, for food, you have to eat well, and you can eat well on a budget. And then if people say, I don't know what to give you for your pregnancy, frozen meals, like home meals that they freeze and then you put in your freezer. And when baby comes around, you're going to feel like your days go by like really, really fast. So having those frozen meals and just unfreeze it, and then you just feed yourself with good food, that's the ideal. So shop around for fruit markets. At the end of the day, usually the price go down. So if you have like flea markets that have produce, on the last day, in the last hours, you get things. They're not like the the shiniest apple in the bunch, but it's still an apple, so it's still great, and you get it for so cheap. So that's a trick, waiting until the end. Don't wait too much, because sometimes they're closed and they're back home. So again, put in the comments below if you found ways to save, and I'm sure, like I said, I'm just going over the surface. I'm sure there's way more ways to save while you're pregnant. It does not have to cost you an arm and a leg. The hospital, that's different, and I hope you have insurances, because that's a big bill. But then you can always ask, when they say we're going to do this, we're going to do that, do I need it, or is it just routine? Because the bill adds up very fast if they do all kinds of things just because. And I don't want to end in a bad note, but let me do it. I read that some hospitals are getting bonuses when they do cesareans, so that would push more cesareans. But my patients that do the Hypno-Baby program don't fall into that trap because they have a natural childbirth, so they're saving. See you on the next video. I'm gonna do a video about how to save with your baby. It does not have to cost you 233,000 grand like they say. Only 200,000. See you on the next video. Bye. Little PS, it's a fun one. If you bought the Doppler, it's okay. And the baby's born, and you're like, what am I gonna do with the Doppler? Check your own heart. You're gonna hear it's really slower than the baby's, which is funny. And the other thing is, one of my patients brought her Doppler at my office, and we were in my office, and there was the waiting room, and we could hear people. They were talking in the waiting room, so that could be a little spy tool for playing with your kids. It's actually really fun.